You guys are dead. Not that I forgot to turn on the starting soon music. Because, you know, when I try to turn it on, I restart it. And that, like... Whatever. I forgot to turn it back on. Uno momento por favor. I am just fixing things. Oh god, that's awful in the ears, honestly. The worst routine. I've made a mistake, clearly. See what you're seeing? Yeah, I'm working on Archipelago stuff, you nerd. You did this to me. Put me down a rabbit hole I didn't know I would be ready for or not. We're here now though, and we're figuring it out. Welcome Slay, welcome Lozo. I have to make that sound now. I can't speak in language. I gotta go. That'll be the whole stream. Be a fucking nightmare, but funny. Let's see. Anything I forgot to do real quick? It's funny, the daylight is going dimmer, so I might have to adjust the camera every now and then. Otherwise, it's fine. I have a script running, and I have to open each chest in the game. And each chest in the game will correlate to a certain address and a certain value for that address. And basically, I gotta do that for every check. I have checks on the up here. The samurai part? No, this is the starting soon screen. See that? I thought that'd be funny. And yeah, of course, this is Alundra's hat. Yep. Yeah, how are you doing, Fredo? Hope all's well for everybody, actually, you know, but everybody going through something right now. Hope it gets well. Alright. So, where did I put my controller? Oh, I left it in my rucksack. Because I was at store today, or the coffee shop, let's say. Oh no, I left that on over there. Okay, give me a sec, guys. So organized. Maybe not proper, but organized. Yeah. For real. There we go. Wow, how in the wall are you still... Any words? How in the world are you still doing that? Fucking streakers in chat? Alright, so let's check if my script is running properly right now. It should be. It doesn't quite work. Why did that trigger? Okay, let me see. That's correct. So you see on the top left, actually it's cropped out for you guys. I'll move over the XY, or the X coordinate on it, and it should be visible. But, not that you guys need to worry about this stuff, really. It's just me going to be chilling, having an... Do you know what? Ask me anything stream kind of vibe. Because at the same point, this is just going to be pretty redundant work. And, yeah, I'm just getting around to it now. Because we want to add Lunder to Arch. We want to get as many Lunder things. The thing is, I'm learning more about how to manipulate this game. So at the end of the day, I could end up working on rando stuff and making it more deliberate, like get the Dream Dungeon in there, hopefully. That is the long game of this. Only the Lunder nerds would like go crazy for that stuff, I feel like. But you know. Alright, so display. Gotta move that. Where are you located? So I'm gonna put that as... So this goes off of in-game pixels somewhat. And so it can be very easy to shoot too far. Alright, refresh that. Unable to access file. Oh. I gotta reopen it. Okay. Close all this. And there's the chest. What are you guys redeeming over here? I'm learning. All right, let me give you guys an explanation of how this works. Getting hot, so I'm getting sad. Jimmy's too hot for stream. If only you could see him melt. I'm pretty warm as well. You can see how this is a pretty airy kind of thing. I even want to take this off. The hat. And is that a kimono? Kinda, Alfredo. It's not like that long. Kind of this short, but like traditional garb. I miss a good new things. If Pikachu uses surfboard to surf, isn't surfing the one to surf? I'm lost. Welcome, Enki. I know sound. Yeah, I forgot to turn on the sound then. Hi, Enki. How's it going? Cool Cat's here. Welcome in, Cool Cat. And you can grab the chest file. It said, yeah, basically opens the code when it shows the chest is up. I think I understand it. Oh, so basically there's a set of addresses in this game that it uses to store when a chest is opened. And those set of addresses, I've made a code to react to. Every second or so it goes, did any of these addresses change? And it's like, okay, one of them changed. This is the one. And it changes by a certain amount. But like the way they coded this game, I'm actually gonna do something real quick. The window. But the way they coded this game is they parry heated bits, if you know what that means. So like, you can have several items attached to the same address by basically going, this one is equal to the value 2 in bits, this one's equal to the value 64 in bits, and when you put the two together, you have two different chests when it gets 66. So that's how it works. And you can do that all the way up to 32 bits. And so they put several chests in the same container, which really confused me before. I'm like, I was expecting like one, you know, in a certain address, because that's how they did a lot of things in many games. But in this, they love storing things in the same address. So I just made a code that kind of picks up what it decided to increase by and the address it's being picked from. Coded like potato. It's actually coded in like a clever way where it's like finding ways to reuse the same containers. But they made how many copies of the village? They made like, I think like easily 50 copies of the same village. So like, why would they? No, every time there's a new event, a new copy of the village is made, and it's in the game. Go through the, and so like, in one part they're like, let's cut space, and in another way it's like, forget cutting space. Okay, that thing's triggering too often. Maybe I should ignore address 38B. I think that one's just a false flag. With NPC dialogue, I get it. It's an easy way to do things, but they're efficient in one manner, and then they're inefficient in another, which is hilarious. Yeah, that's still out of frame for you guys. So that's kind of how they're doing things. How about 60? That should put it in frame. Yeah, that's not efficient, yet the way they're storing item codes is efficient. Because they're going, let's store it all in the same address using parity bits, where it's like, this item's equal to 32, this item's equal to 16, you put the two together, you get 48, and 48 is equal to both the items together. However, but 50? I don't know how many versions of the same village, but like, I'm just giving you a random number. It's probably less than, but it's still like 30 or so, right? Let's see what this number is checked. Okay, I'm gonna move it over slightly more. God damn it. You know what, just put it as 80. You guys can see this. Boom, boom. And so not to get the combined number, we remove the old value from before it prints on screen. So you get the specific value. I don't need to, probably doing a terrible job of explaining, but you guys don't need to worry too much. Number on screen, good. I use that to write down the check. So right now, that one... Chest near tree stump, chest near hill, elevated behind vines. Okay, let's go fetch the one behind vines. Also, I need to do this real quick. Is this working or not? Because I have... Oh, it's definitely working. Oh, so once you got this down, making other monthly words be easy-ish? Not exactly, no. You'll always have this tedious process of finding items and stuff. And depending on the game, it could be even more... I think Alundra's pretty awkward, though, because I got a lot of false positives early on where I was like, why in the world is this address changing? But it was tied to the animation of the chest. And I'm like, oh, that must mean that this is the chest open address, which was randomly allocated in RAM. And so I kept doing that for a while, only to find out all those addresses were wrong because they were just random values for each room, storing the animation being open. And it turned out I had one of them frozen. And I went into a different room, and it just had the fire torch lit in the basement of Cephas's basement, the Gravekeeper's basement. And I'm like, that's wrong. Why is that lit? It's, oh yeah, they're using random values. And I'm like, oh god, how do I figure this out? And eventually I found a string of addresses that kept reusing, which also confused me at first, but then I got it. It's the way they're storing them. Yeah, I'd find a way to make it quicker. Like, that's why I made the wanted code to search that block, right? And now that it's quicker, all I have to do is open the chest rather than go into the code, RAM search for each time, and that would take forever. We just have a Lua script telling us what we're looking at. Although there's some false flags I need to turn off, but you get the idea. Like, every time I open a chest, I'm getting the correct address and value. We're doing this for a while. King Snow Reward. King Crackhead. Alright, let's go talk to him. And you can see on the the left-hand side of the stream which one I'm going for next. That's how Dino Pony labeled them. Like, all of these names, I didn't write that. Da-da-da. Like, I could rewrite them, but like, I desire your herbs, yes. On a script for FF6 and complete game check, could you possibly AP world it? Right. I would have to figure out a way to get... I'm not gonna lie, it could be harder. Because it reused the same addresses a lot, having a... I could search that block for a lot of changes. Actually, FF6 should be easier. If it's an SNES game, I have 16-bit addresses. It'd be easier to search through those than 32-bit addresses. You'd have to leave it with me. But, like... You're tempting fate here. You're like, Sky? I got more work for you. Nah. Maybe some point. I want to do less thinking about doing projects and more doing projects, if that makes sense. Because the more time I spend thinking about doing something, the more time I procrastinate. What should I be doing with my time versus just doing random shit? And this is on, like, let's just do this. Alright, so we have Wheel of Fortune check. Obviously not, no, I won't. Problem is, I don't know if where those addresses are stored at the moment, so... We'll do all of these first, right? That's not very efficient, but it sounds like two people working the job. Yeah, it's one person's like the coder Michelangelo, while the other person is just I don't know, builder like Steve, you know. He's efficient enough, like he gets the job done every time, but like he's doing very rudimentary work, while the Michelangelo guy is like overcomplicating it but still doing something good. But his is technically more efficient, but harder to read in the long run. Like, and I've worked more with people's code, and I prefer Steve the Builder because I could just fucking get what he was trying to get at. Could make it more efficient. The other guy could write something so awkward, you're like, I have no idea how he did this, how am I going to rewrite it? Yeah. I don't have killed her, bro. I'm broke. Guys, I have an idea. If you're up for it, can you guys send me Gilder? Unless I could just find the Gilder address and mess with it. All right, let's do that. If you guys start crowd controlling this, it'd be a disaster. All right, crowd. So the Gilder address. There it is 1DD824. And we're just going to search for that in the RAM search. No, not RAM search. I use hex editor. God damn it. Wrong tool. Am I rich yet? Alright guys, which one is the good gamba? Being the change you wanted to see in the world? I don't know. Yes, I will gotta go green. Jeez, you guys like the gram. But Lozo, your username is red. You betray yourself. Every time I see Nightman, I see you in chat, I'm always thinking I should be playing more Aria or MM3 or something. You guys were right. Of course, you're always right. I'm not. I don't care what Foddy says, but honestly, I don't think he would care unless I'm using it to beat a game for the first time. Save state. All right. Any betters in chat? If you get it right, how do I use the give points command? I forget how that works. Like add tokens? Maybe I should look into that. Blue this time? Alright. I believe you. I'm gonna be pissed if you're wrong though. By the way, this updates every frame, so even in the 100% run getting every item, this sucks. There's no manip. Unless you were frame perfect from the very start of the game. Can you temporarily time out Nightman for getting that wrong? I'll listen to Red. Sounds like a good plan. I guess this is just a nerd stream today. It was blue! Fuck you, Lozo! Alright. What color now, guys? Yeah. There's no way it's green, right? Fuck. So how this works is very funky. It goes the opposite end, and it's plus or minus 2. The center. It can hit the center here as well. There is a caveat as well. Like it can move 3 spaces. What color was it? I think it was blue. Because the way blue's laid out, it wanted to increase the odds, so there's like a bit janky. Yeah, you just auto lose if it's black. Just cause. Have fun with that knowledge. It was green? It's like 1 green on that side of the board. Ew, dude. So it's actually like considered the best idea to just go red, green, red, green. um, a lot of the time. Like, you generally don't go blue very often because of how this laid out. But I found out the game actually has a secret incentive. You move 3 spaces instead of 2, which is the limit from the other side of the board, like plus or minus 2. It can go 3, and it turns out blue is like 3 spaces away. I don't know. It's weirdly coded like that. I think it's funny. I found that out one day and I'm like, this is cool knowledge. Not really. I was genuinely trying to find the best way to manipulate this, but you could tell I'm done at a certain point. Like, why am I doing this anymore? All this to check the chest's value? God. But yeah, this is gonna be tedious work for a bit. Honestly, a lot of the groundwork for Archipelago so far, it was confusing at first. The documentation sucks. A lot of documentation does and stuff. But when I wrap my head around it, I'm like, I got a lot of it done. So this is kind of like what's holding me up the most. I've always been interested on some level to dig into how games RNG for things. Imagine like checking and landing on black. Here's a check. Yeah. Pokemon, I think on the GBA works differently than the DS games. Like the RNG on the GBA games is static, I believe. Like you could throw a ball after a battle loads and it will always do the same thing or something like that. One of them does the same thing every time and one of them varies. It might be the GBA or the DS. There's one. Don't call me on this. But then the other is more like frame ruled, I believe. Let's go red. It's been a long time since I've done like a Soul Link or anything like that. The time I was like catching Pokemon using save states, and I'm not even kidding, I was doing this, was partially like me and Shadow Dragon back in the day were doing it, and we're doing the random room mod, and it was taking forever, so we're just like, fuck it. Whoever can make the most progress, you can cheat if you want. Like, %100% for the speed run? Yeah, they probably did. Well, it's most likely green right now. My odds are at like a 45% or 50%, something like that. Yeah, it's close to 50. If not more. Whatever. GG. I'm rich as fuck now. Yeah, boy. Alright. Alright, let's see what address changes in a second, because she's going to give me an item. 1DD 3F7? Or was that a false flag? I'm going to count it anyway. If it's a false flag, then screw it. I'll come back to it. And this chest reward is... Crest! Oh my god, what is the seed already? Did you guys know? Imagine actually running this. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely correct. 1DD. So the first one was 16, and the second one is... yeah, 8. The cool thing about Alundra being an Archipelago game is... I don't know, it's like, you can have up to 99 falcons, right? That can be a lot of checks. You can also have life vessels as checks. You can also... there's tons of herbs and random shit in this game that you can have as checks. Turns out, like, herbs are used a lot and stuff. But a lot of the time, you're actually going to make good use of Merrick's shop if the Archipelago's doing a lot. There's a lot of items, technically, like consumable-wise in this game. Like, there's how many chests you run across is crazy when you think about it. But the amount of inventory items... well, you can have scrolls and books, and you can have upgrades here. But, I feel like Zelda wins on the whole, like, raw item scenario. maybe. Although there's crests and bouquet and tree gem and stuff, and secret pass, and armor and boots. Actually, it's not too bad when you think about it. But the amount of random healing this game offers compared to Zelda and stuff is actually quite surprising. And the amount of falcons and stuff. So there's a lot of checks in the end. It'd almost be funny to add keys to that scenario and like let people break things. Maybe it should be added, I don't know. Make it a rare. I can also choose the rarity of items, which is fun. God damn it, I gotta shoot some bow. So it turns out I was like worried about low amount of checks. Actually, this game has a ton. So it's like handy in that way. I think it's gonna be fun getting them once you have the right equipment. You can just run around the map and go like, oh, I need this item, and you just go, I'll got you, bro. It's actually kind of fun when somebody gets stuck in an archipelago, asks for a hint, and you're like, I got you. That's kind of a fun interaction sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there now. My final form is in freaking Coastal Cave. Can you get me that, bro? There's something I'm gonna struggle with is making sure that everything connects properly in Archipelago. I imagine it's gonna be a nightmare ahead of time. You know how computers go. The second thing I'm worried about is like I'm not able to change in-game text without like the rando does it. It modifies the game ahead of time. I'm just not sure I can find a good way to mess with that. And the item coming out of a chest, I kind of want to choose a generic item and manipulate that graphic. But that's going to be a pain in the butt to figure out. I think an item that goes to someone else's world should have the same graphic every time. But what that graphic is, I'm thinking like 5 or 10 gilder. That just makes sense, I feel like. Just something simple. Boring? What do you think it should be then? Make it a slime. If I could manipulate the graphic to that degree, I would. Actually, yeah, that's actually a good point. I like the gold bar. Pretty. The way I'm programming it so far, and this is kind of how some games do it. Okay, so the check for a chest being opened actually requires a chest to be fully opened and the item already got. What it's going to do is you get an item in-game, it immediately removes that item from you, and Archipelago just goes, is that an item for someone else? So like if I get a sword in-game, you immediately don't have that sword unless Archipelago goes, oh, you were supposed to get that. And it would fix it. Like what I want to do is change the sprite to something generic, or change the text box to something generic. You know what I mean? Just so you don't get confused as much. So when you actually get an item in your game, it's correct everything. But yeah, it's going to be a bit more work. But if I can get it just working, even though it's in a confusing state, it would just be grand. You know what I mean? Like, to start with. Like, oh, I got sword, but I didn't get sword. It turns out that was an item for somebody else. You chicken. I reckon last game is the worst because the chicken timing is kind of slightly delayed. It's randomish. This one's always like, this one's more static, but it's still kind of scary because they're fast. So like when that one's gone, yeah, it's actually easier to get in the rhythm of than the previous one because of the slight delay. The last round is actually easier than the round before it. Who knew? That chicken can just have that slime, dude. I don't care. Bam, 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 bada, bam. Finally, we can check what the numbers are. I kind of find the parity bit thing kind of cool. The money reward? How did we make that a check? Unless we wanted to. We have an address for the money reward. So that could be like three. That could be 3 different checks if we wanted it to be. Imagine doing this and not getting paid. Oh my god. You'd still get paid if I wanted you to still get paid. So it could... No, let's not mess with it. That's abusing at least. Alright. Okay, so there's an address changing based on tectonic. Okay, so they kind of gave me the item ahead of the Xbox, it must have, or something. That changed pretty early. 64. Probably not the most exciting idea for us, but kind of fun. Kind of the behind the scenes of this effort. You can imagine how crowd control was a bit finding all the addresses and putting them in. Or even like... Yeah. But after you find all those addresses, you can use them in different tools. Alright. I don't know, the better I get at this stuff, the better off in the long run, right? Do all kinds of mad shit. I was supposed to continue work on the Mega Man Versus. I have a basic version working. But, pretty lame. Oh, dude, I don't know if I have enough help for this. I have a Wonder Essence, it's fine. Can I do this with one and still make it work? Or flail? That'd be fun. Oh no, flail, you jerk. Getting the spin attack, some use out of that. Normally you're not allowed to use flail here, so this is kind of nice. Ah! Okay, it's kind of sucking, because hitting multiple is way easier with sword. The swing speed's a little slower. Not even enough? Yeah, that's gotta suck. Lime booty. Come here. Aha! New weapon. God. This sword is the best for this, obviously. God damn it. Oh, experiment over. That is now 22. You could definitely get enough with another weapon, but kind of sweaty. Swing speed slower, they don't get 2 at once, unless you do the charge.
What the hell is this?
Is that you, Nico? I just assume it is. My whole OBS is blocked right now, so... Yeah, there you are. Yep. There was none left, bro. What the hell? What a scam. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I feel like there's like meant to be a done at the end. What an unsatisfying end to that sound. It was over 35 points. I kind of overbeat the number. Damn it. Those triples are a scam, I swear. Can you spawn on me, bro? Not running out of slimes in any other of these. Dude, it's too damn hot, I swear. It's not just Jimmy. You. Da-da. Fuck, 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 fuck you. You make me use a Wonder Essence, I'm gonna be so sad. It just ended as I... This is... Okay, I was gonna walk out the door, have a conversation, and die. Oh wait, it's the second to last round, my bad, I got it all mixed. Time to die real quick. It's funny having low health in this scenario, they just spawn on your feet, like the best thing you could do is like hold kind of diagonally to the center. It just makes sense. There's a game I like wishlist on Steam the other day. I think it's called Monstercraft or something. I don't really go for crafting games, but it looks like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but kind of more flowing and more crafty. I don't know, it's really... I found myself kind of interested. Pokemon is being beaten by a side competitor. I didn't really take much interest in Pal Worlds as a concept. I think it was for me, mixing shooter and all these other elements. This one looks interesting. I have to get the name for it. So many games coming out though, I'm overwhelmed with this shit. And I still have to work on that Sekiro playthrough. Alright, 3F8 again, and this one is value 2. Finally, we're out of here. Like, we got like 3 numbers in about half an hour of progress, I guess. Yeah, the lighting's gotten dimmer again. The daylight has faded. It happens every time. If I turn this up enough... It might be a good idea to get like a different light, not great, for this. That's grand. Da-da-da-da. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that looks better. Lower this slightly. I think about here. Ooh, I'm always having to adjust it. Yeah, and the camera gets fuzzy when the light's not good enough. Whatever. Dun, dun. I do have a bulb that I could try out. It's kind of like a white bulb, but like I don't know if it's strong enough. It's usually good for... Or I could turn up the ring light. I hate how ring lights blind you. Like I want a diffuser on it. Something. They do blind me. Like I just get so distracted by it. I don't know how streamers play with like a giant blasting ring light. Maybe like this or that. Plus. Right. You gotta be kidding. I guess that does the trick. Oh my god. Well, sorta. I think for my own sanity, I'm putting it back. Okay. The next one is behind the musician's half. The person who made the music for this game put a self-insert of some kind. I'm not even kidding. You can listen to the music in-game. Crazy. But behind this house here. Okay. Wait, I thought I already did this one, no? Oh, I did it earlier as a test. I'm gonna have to redo it. I am so smart. In secret PS. So you bark at me. Die from Hollow Knight 2 again. Like humming a certain tune. I don't know. Alright, B2 is 410 with value of 2. Okay. 410, 2. So we're on 64. Or 63, sorry. Out of 291. This is what you gotta do if you want to Archipelago. Chest near pond. But what I find interesting about Archipelago is like often you're doing a randomizer with less material than you would normally do it with. The logic is not predictable. Chest near pond. Do they mean up by the waterfall? I'd say chest near waterfall. Like, why would you write it like that? Pond. I guess that is kind of... What would you guys write that hint as? Chest near waterfall or chest near pond? I go waterfall. Actually... 410 with a value of 1. Okay. A lot of 410s around here. It'd be cool to make a quick game mod to rebalance some of the weapons and stuff. It'd be the hardest thing to make. Okay, so the first chest here is the next one I need. It's just an upper mine. 407, okay. I almost could just put down like 407 because all these are in 1DD addresses. Which is the block I have it watching at the moment. Oh, like, if anybody's wondering what happened to my hand, you guys can see that bottom of it, whatnot. I fell off the scooter the last day, and my hand took the brunt of that fall. I don't know what to say. It happens, I guess. Whee! It wasn't that bad, Ark. It did freaking nosedive on me, though. The wheel got stuck. OBS is definitely not reporting the right amount of screen bits. It says 300 kilobytes per second. Chest falling 50. So the first one, chest falling after beating 50 slimes. Okay, that is the next one. How could I forget? There's no chest in this room. Big fan. Bam. 406. And 128. Okay. We are on 66 now. Every chest needs to be opened. Oh my gosh. We don't have to do the dreams chests for now, I suppose. 47128, okay. 180. 47128. I think I can make it quicker to copy these actually. Open the Lua console. Yeah, they're all there. Put that to the side. Try not to cover chat. You guys are important. Memes aside. Almost sounds like I didn't mean it now. Head over here like so. Okay, looks good. Behind firemen are back of coal mine exit. Okay. We gotta do some shenanigans. Oh, we have Aqua Cape. You know what? I could ditch Aqua Cape. I can do a shortcut here. Let's actually do that. Where is it in items? Aqua Cape. One lower. Aqua Cape's actually kind of a nerf here for a shortcut exploit. The place that's normally supposed to turn into Fairy Pond just rejects you and kicks you back onto land. Nice shortcut. Otherwise I have to do all of coal mine right now. I'm going to have to do it at some point. Okay. E1, okay. 3E1. That was a 6 fish. But I figured I'm going to be doing a Alundra run again soon. This is kind of like bringing it back. Bringing back to the Lunders. I don't know if people still want to like race randos or whatnot, but I know Chris is still doing randos. God, man, they're just in the way right now. I still think when it comes to who is best practiced, I would definitely be at randos. It's like, but I definitely think there's closer competition between some other people now. Maybe Robin would be good competition for me if they ever get used to the tracker. Kind of a crazy player apparently that does a lot of randos. I never see them do it live. But I know they're great from the speedrun. Alright, 411. And they used to do traditional randos all the time. Ones without the tracker. It's just it's evil. I think that's what the Archipelago is going to make people do more, though. It wouldn't hurt to do that setting Slade was talking about with, like, map tracker. Take some time to program, though. Let's try this. For the lols of it. Wind or fire? Wait a second. That's kind of hilarious. I repositioned this guy. Alright, fire might be better for this. Funny enough. Or 12. Having fun, illegal. Hark and hello, welcome, my niche. And that's a 2, so GG's on that. Chest and left branch, cave before fire runner? Oh, it's talking about the beach caves, okay. Need to get a better room light for the stream. Anytime the stream goes into the evening and the daylight's gone, it kind of makes the camera all fuzzy. A hat. Yes, I am indeed wearing a hat. Hat. Would I go that way or this way? Be grand. Just still work. I didn't get it immediately. I could have jumped. This is hairfish, yeah. Green and pointy. I'm Irish. Well, Enki, I should be doing a playtest of your game later. What's your time zone like? I guess, I don't know. I'll just give you my feedback. You don't need to hear it from me like in a Discord call or anything. You don't ever ignore Jimmy. You'll never let it go. We're 12-1, okay. Jimmy will remember this. It's like a Telltale game. I mean, he keeps us honest, you know? Fire manor or war chest. I swear, after this, I'll get back to Mega Man Versus. Honestly, I'm putting less room between thought and action lately, and it's been really serving me. Instead of thinking what project I should next work on, which actually freaking racks my brain, better to just start doing stuff. I have a lot of things on my plate, and I kind of want to get things done. Best lean into just doing random shit until it's all done. Because that just works for me in my brain, I swear. I'm going to try to do the harder way of doing this. Inky, win Lunder Randomizer. That'd be interesting to see. Mix it with a Lunder crowd control, why not? Okay, it's gotta be pixely. These torches never activate with Fire One, because they're not programmed to. It's hilarious. They can be activated by Bomb, which no other torches in the game can be. I don't even know what to say anymore. Keep destroying his keyboard. That's how I felt the last day. Like, I'm half wondering if the input issues was partially my computer or something. I don't know. I don't have a keyboard that I really play games on, so I don't know. My controller was being weird as well. Okay, it's an F4. F4. 4, and it's a 1-2 ace. Check 72, elevated chest in left corner in overworld A4. Okay. Fiery eyes. Jimmy's new emote. Jimmy Madge. I watched a few more of those concert video stuff, Jimmy, but I didn't watch the second set yet. Oh, I'm sorry. You played Chop Suey at one point, which is fun. I do like the original stuff. It's just hard to make out the guitar in the recording, unfortunately. So it's like hard to judge it that way. But I do think like you guys got more comfortable on your stage presence later into the set, which I think you could lean into more. Like if your frontman has it in him to commit heavier to it. But it's hard because you get distracted if you overcommit because he's also singing and playing guitar. Not easy. But yeah, that's really fun. Looking forward to Friday, Los. What are you guys doing on Friday? But it was kick-ass to see you guys do that. Have you got recordings? Like you were in the studio for a bit, right? And did it really keep you on stage for 3 hours? PS3, nice, bro. Do you want me to join or not? I mean, you guys can be the Dutch and enjoy your Dutch language while you serve together. Oh. I'll leave you guys to it. Dragon Ball Z. Maybe, yeah, it's top left corner, so we should do that first. Noob. 14? Okay. And up by a value of 4. Lower chest and left runes. What's the mean by left room? Here? Not the cave. Cave would be... Yeah, it mimics cave, so this is it. What it means. More 11s. This is kind of a behind-the-scenes look. If I learn how to make an Archipelago game work once, do it again, right? What games? And if you say Scrappy or Dogfish, I'm gonna kill you. $13. Fine, you won't say it. Good fish. Behave. We should add Marble Madness, bro. It would make total sense. There's so many checks in that game. But if you guys had any game that you could add to Archipelago that's currently not there, what would it be? What would be a good saucy game? Now we're going to Mimics Cave. I'm still thinking. I know, bro. I shouldn't have brought it up. Alundra, that's what we're doing right now, bro. Can't choose this. It's cheating. Sometimes I actually forget which one of these is active. Yep. This is the right one, yep. Galkin. 4068, dude, that was running right over me. In his frickin' treasure chest. Hey, I'm walking over here. Are you serious? The broskies are downstairs trying to help me? That's hilarious. Middle. Oh no, let's go to right elevated, then the ground chest. Alright, let's do this the way the document says. That's where our crest was. I guess by the end of this we could actually just finish our run. Funny. 6, 16, and then left, and then right ground chest. Alright, I still have to use that one. Rando allows you to use items even if you are full health. Otherwise you could lead to a softie, where you have to consume an item at the end of a dungeon. You can't, and you need it. Do you have that item? Continue. It's a bit funny. I think I remember playing the Rando where like that was the problem. Lower chest and right runes. What do you mean lower chest and right runes? Do you mean across the river? I think it means across the river. Okay. Big Mega Man Legends. Oh, he's Mega Man Legends on there. I know Battle Goods. There's the extended document that you can get in the Discord, Jimmy, that has extra games, but require extra setup. I don't know why Castlevania Aria of Sorrow isn't on there, but Dawn is. I think Aria of Sorrow is the better of those two. Like, that's a great game for freaking Archipelago, like. Bothers me. Yes, you meant gotcha. Yeah, I'm making it Archipelago compatible. That's why we have to search out all these items and get their addresses, RAM, so we can use that later. You assign checks to them, and then when they're assigned checks, the game will interrupt earning an item in this game and check the archipelago for what item should be given or earned. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out how to change the text of what you get or how to make it fancier that way, but due time. Blade's been bugging me to do this for so long. I'm finally doing it. But I'll be honest, it's a project I wanted to do for a while. I'm most in the mood to get this up and running. Thing is, like, I've played the rando of this to death, but not in a bad way. It's just like the rando is missing the dream dungeons, and they're a big part of the game. You're really sick to see them added, but it would make the rando pretty long, to be honest. But I have a tracker to make it shorter. Yeah. I think there should be two different options where, like, you can choose to do the dream dungeons or not. That would make it really sick. Then you'd have, like, a pretty go-to short form and long form version. I also think, like, rando could do a good enemy rando or do some other crazy stuff. That'd be so good. I came up with a new setting for it where you get hints when you beat certain bosses about where the crests are. Think about Kingdom Hearts, beating certain bosses, but getting a hint to where, like, one of the proofs is. But there's 7 proofs instead. That's a good setting. By default, the tracker kind of tells you where they are. It helps a lot of people that are starting off in their endo to do a quicker run. But the pros could handle, like, hurting them from boss fights. Da-da-da. A bunter mode could be interesting. Like, if I follow Kingdom Hearts' example, like, I don't want to make an overwhelmingly complicated one. The game's not that complicated, I'll be honest. But it's incredibly satisfying. I think that's something that's often forgotten about, is like, anytime I pick up and play this game, I'm always having a good time. Lower chest, and then right chest. Let's do the right chest first. But I just don't have competition necessarily in the rando. But adding new settings or doing new challenges would be so fun. I kind of want to see it evolve at some point. Archipelago was a good excuse to mess around with it a bit more anyway. Rendo be rendo, for sure. If people start playing this in Archipelago and getting good, that suits me as well. Selfish agenda. Did I put on the right value for the last one or not? 411, 128? Was that right? I assume it is. Yeah, the E value is false positive sometimes. EG 31. Yes. But no specialized games. I guess Mega Man Legends was mentioned. Probably get added at some point because Mega Man games are beloved by the fan base. I think mentioning that game in the Archipelago Discord could have consequences. Anybody as nerdy as me. Chest dropped by Merc? Oh. We're on a Merg Woods? Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Why is it not... Why is this not the first check? Rest in circular cave behind vines. Chest left, right middle, near spike ball. Bottom right. Where's the one in bushes? Upper chest, lower chest among trees. I guess it's the upper chest, technically. Alright, let's see what the value is. A2. 3A2. 1, 2, D. 3A2. Value 128. And the lower one is later. But chest dropped by merge. I think the triple chest thing is next. Merg Woods is weirdly laid out. Oh, the one in the cave would be next, technically. I guess I don't plan to do all of these in the correct order. Kind of getting it done. $37E. Stupid furnace one, you fell for our trap. What the hell? Why can't I cast my book? My scroll? Weird. My scroll magic is broken. Don't know why that's the case. I'm just gonna try to re-add it. Earth magic upgrade. Uh-oh. Overflow. That's what happened. That is something I'm going to have to work out. Oh, that was something I want to say about the Archipelago as well. Like, you could have double the amount of items given in Archipelago than you would in normal rando. But I need to make sure the cap is not ignored, otherwise we have an overflow scenario where it will break things. I have to cap out every item. Just near spike ball. Oh shit, I forgot to write the one on cave, didn't I? I'll pull the value from... Oh, it got overwritten. No, I just added a lot of items in a row. Right, 1DD 86C. No, I already wrote it down. It was a different value. Okay. This is 37F. Okay. Oh, didn't forget. 37F. 1. Well, that's not there, but down here. Yeah, these are in the wrong order, dude. Ba-da-da-ba-da. Ooh, Kiki. I just imagine it like the Jawas in Star Wars, like ooh, teeny, but like ooh, Kiki. That makes sense to me. I had a Minecraft mod where like Jawas were everywhere. It'd be funny. Be in the shop and like ooh, teeny. came with a texture pack, which is funny because I was just like, oh, this texture pack looks cool, and like, why is there Jawas in the shop? I mixed a lot of funny mods back in the day. So like some Kingdom Hearts worlds in there at some point as well. Just like maps I downloaded, and I remember downloading like one of my favorite mods back in the day was an RC mod where you could fly like a helicopter or like drive a toy car. There's also this one, I forget what it was called, but it made a campaign mode, and you can get a bunch of new materials, make new swords, and use the portal gun to get in and out of the dungeon. I had a Pokeball mod, so I captured random monsters for the fun of it. I'm mixing a bunch of fun mods together. None of them had any right to be together. I guess I got all of that out of my system. My favorite mod ended up just being Pokemon. Playing a 3D Minecraft world with Pokemon mechanics and stuff is fun. I am washed. For real? What does it mean by upper chest? I guess the end of the area? Alright, the overwalk. We'll just tap it out. Tap it, tap. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Damn it. Just 1 pixel. 1 pixel! I used to think that was like pixel dependent, but you just literally have to hit left and jump on the same thing. I'm guessing that was something by upper chest. Or lower chest among trees. I know where that one is. I know where they all are. Because I'm so smart. Isolated island. B1. Oh yeah, that's by the crests. Alright, this is the one that's dropped by Mergs. Okay, I have to spend the item to get the item. I feel like there should be ignorance to the game to make that quicker. I don't mind getting a new copy of something that overwrites. It saves me time. Or like a nice setting for that, I think would be fun. Either that or instant dialogue would be cool in this scenario. You open a lot of chests in this game. Remember when I asked for... It was already being worked on, okay? But like, I was like, what if cutscene removal was just the default? That's fine. Now it is. I was gonna pretend that was my fault somehow. I did bring it up quite a bit. And it's so good. There's almost like some cost fallacy. It's like, oh, I got good at skipping cutscenes. It's like, but you never watched them. So, why does that matter? Yo, bro! It's like, yeah, I'd rather play the game. I'm glad it's the thing, though. 1 Gilder? What a scam. 383. The value. Oh. Chest after Golem. Okay. Imagine knowing a game better than you know most people. It's always the case. But you go back down. And you go back over. Yep. Real. I almost should do like grade 3 now, but like H in there for some grade 3. Number 3. Hello. Casually doing things in reverse. I think that's... Is this the trigger? This is the trigger. Now the boss will actually work. We entered the area from reverse, so the game wasn't aware of what's going on, so we just have to trigger a couple things. What's actually blocking me from getting the chest here? Is it just a block? If it is, I could just spring. I could jump. Let me double check. Like, what is... Or I think he's blocking it. Hardest fight of my life. Young Keck is defeated. I go to Fish's stream the next day and he's wearing like one of these kind of kimono looking things. I don't know what to call it. I know where he got the chest on isolated island. I think it's funny because it looks like the totally just cheese this instead of... I could just hit the switch. It looks like the starting soon screen for my stream, the thing. Which is one of those famous Japanese artists that made a bunch of different drawings. In fact, he's drawing nude stuff. I haven't quite looked into this. Which is a funny thing. Back in the past, like he did all this like legendary artwork, but he also drew some loot stuff apparently. Hey, the list says I can leave right now and not do grade 3, so we'll come back. Alright, after these messages. I've done coal mine, so that problem is still right there. Oh yeah, I should find out what activates the portals. Portals could be its own check. I think it should be its own check. It'd be kind of... No, not like... Maybe it shouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be its own check like that. For the regular Alundra multi-world, it makes sense. My bad. That's what I was trying to get across. It's like... The other Alundra multi-world shares inventory and everything. I can advance it further to, like... If chest is open in one world, it opens in the next. That's kind of legendary, actually. Like, even if I can get Archipelago working, the old multi-world that I had for this game is still worth updating. Because you share inventory, you share a lot of things like that, and you can even share opened chests, which would show progress for both players, and then you could share a tracker. Yeah, I need to work on that. Debt link it, go crazy with it, just make it really good. Alright, this is Overworld B1. B1 or not to B1? That is question. Alright. It's gonna have magic overflow, so I just broke my magic. 3E1. I wonder what breaks my Kingdom Hearts 2 magic sometimes. Restarting the game fixed it though, so I have a solution next time if that happens. You should never break when you play Archipelago. Now we're going to Rude, okay. I mean, the Roodles in chat? Why isn't it guiding me here? Like, that's really nearby. I'm just going by the item list, man. Even if it routing-wise makes no sense. I think I've already checked that one into the thing. Banana, orange, apple, kiwi. If we end up heading into the road, I'm gonna curse the song for people. Slade made it out to sound like digitized meows, and I can kind of hear it now. Meow, 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 meow. That. Crazy. How can I not do this right now? Unbelievable. Ricky hasn't played the game in a while. Guessing your bottom right first? Are you crazy? You know what? Whatever. Do bottom right. Stupid son of a bitch. Or B. S. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Damn. Didn't make it. 3E1. If I didn't have a script to tell me what the numbers were, I'd have to manually do this through RAM searching and stuff. That would be painful. Imagine people have done that, but that's... Oh, it's awful. He wants me to leave? For real? Okay, I guess go desert now. I have to come back for those other checks. I think I need to relabel these later. I was thinking about leaving them as they were. I got this list from Dynapony's randomizer. But I might just end up relabeling a lot of these for Archipelago use. People don't get confused. I could read Overworld E2 and go, huh? If I read Overworld's E2 Desert, or just wrote Desert there, I'd be like, oh, okay, I know where I'm going. I know what's up. 4OC. Oh, what was the E2 one answered? It was top chest. And it was 8. Oh wait. 68? How's it? Oh yeah. Rogue value. Ignore that. Okay. That's a 2. This is probably like not the most exciting stream. I apologize. I'm just here chilling, doing this. I was gonna do this anyway. Well, I was gonna be doing off stream. I figured I haven't done a stream in a few days. KH stream. Like I've really started to enjoy the Kingdom Hearts randomizer in general. I know that much. Same as this. Got him. Fucker. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing your meat, Gimme, so being real. People without context would be like, what the fuck? You keep saying that, and you just keep ignoring me. Here we are. Send Keith next? Okay. Yeah, but for the sake of the camera, I need to change the room light to benefit the lighting. One night at ChongaCon? One night at ChongaCon? Jamie fed us all meat. His meat. Na, 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 na. Alright, send keep. So, Fish, if you want to do Kingdom Hearts on a random day of the week, just ping me with it, and I'd probably say yes. But also, Archipelago Kingdom Hearts has been helping me get a little better. I'm gonna see if I can get Sultan working the next time as well. I don't think it's gonna be... Like, I've downloaded an Archipelago for Sultan kind of thing, and like, this might just work the same way as every other. Would like if Ario's on there too, though. 387. I know Nightman has done Mega Man to Arch, but like, I guess Mega Man doesn't have a lot of checks to mess around with. It's kind of fun to play a game with a lot of checks. But I wonder, like, how much fun it still is. It's probably just hard locks. But linking a few Mega Man games together makes that easier, I suppose, to keep progress going. Left chest. I find that thought crazy. The fact that that works. Archipelago's so well made, honestly. If I'm being 100%, like, this should not work. Computers should jank this out. This should be an issue. But even if your game crashes, it still works. That being said, there's still times where, like, somebody's check is deep into another person's run, like unblocks an early part of the game. Can kind of happen. But outside of that, it's like honestly godlike for what it does. Haven't had much issue. Outside of just getting it run on the first time for certain games, it's been awesome. I say that because, like, I know some people have BizHawk issues and stuff as well. And KH was actually not hard to set up. Just took a sec. Top right. Oh, I mixed that up. Okay, so this one's for the cave. And now we do this one. This one. Oh, yeah, X 1 to 3 and... Oh! That's clever. I like this idea. Did it feel good? I imagine the X games have more checks, so that's kind of fun that way too, but like... I'm kind of worried the OG Mega Man locks up a lot. It doesn't have much variance in terms of checks. But maybe that's not a big issue. BK here and there? Okay, that's fair. We all gotta eat sometime, you know? Mix OG with X, yeah. Like, if you mix a game with a small amount of checks with a game with a lot of checks, it's kind of funny, like... It still works. When I play Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer, it has so many chests that you open that the game just filler items so much. For Fish, it gets a lot of empty chests. I get a lot of chests with maps. Like, a map to an area over and over. It's, like, really goofy. Yuck. Goofy. That was horrible. Yeah, I talk with a country accent if you're doing Goofy's voice. 1 DD, double D, 3D, 8. All of these ramp checks are DD. 1 DD, then 3 extras. Chest at mid-level near waterfall. Yep. Hang it. I didn't do my fast strat here at all. Whoopsie. Less chests hidden in grass. Is this really hidden in grass? I guess it is. Ready too. I mean, we're making decent progress, right? We're 100 deep now. There is currently 292. Oh, I can't use my quick swaps. The scrolls are overflown. I'm gonna break my swaps. Oh, it's a tonic. Just don't scroll past the magic. DD40C with a 16-bit press. Just on left cliff. Some of the way these things are written drive me nuts. Whoopsie. Is the cliff, or is the cliff down there? Either way, I want to do this. Oh well. Rocky Alcove. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the Rocky Alcove one. C128. Ba-da-bum. Can I just jump my way back up there? Ah, I felged. Boo. Boo earns. I said boo earns. 4OD. Nuts. Bum, bum, bum. Glove is a 2. I'm guessing the next one will be a 4. Could be wrong. Damn herb. It's 4. That's between 2 cliffs. 2 Cliffords. These ones are steadily escalating. The next bit is 16. See if it stays on this ram's. Right cliff, yeah. Where's it gonna be? 16? Oh, it's a 32. On the address of C. Damn it, you broke the chain. Alright, well is next. So anybody that hasn't played this game in chat, do you think you'll play this game at some point? Who knows? That includes you, Fisher, who didn't finish it. Although I didn't expect that. I don't know, maybe? Can't believe you're still here, Nightman. Real trooper. Good one. Just think Zelda, but with darker storyline than most Zeldas. Majora's Mask is the only thing that would be closer. And more platforming than 2D Zeldas really allow for, usually. Even the 3D Zeldas don't focus on platforming too much. Alright. Cave to lake. Okay, now finally going back. The routing in this flippin' stupid ass sucks. I love the 2D Zeldas the most part. The 3D ones haven't been to your taste. I love Ocarina, but that was it. Gotcha. It's interesting to think about, like, what about the 3D Zeldas wasn't to your taste, do you think? Or you can't put your finger on it? I find it easier to sometimes enjoy the 2D elements. It feels like more structured, I guess. Like, also the aesthetic is nice. But I don't mind 3D. It's just like I was getting into Breath of the Wild for a while, and like then I was wandering about, going not much going on in some of these areas outside of the shrines. Felt a bit like there was filler in some places. I need to get back to Ocarina of Time. I was having fun with that, although I got lost a bit. Boom. Majora's Mask felt the most disrespectful to the player game I've ever played, possibly excepting Dark Souls, but I think it's still worse. Oh my gosh. Damn. I've never heard this about Majora's Mask or this take. Probably not wrong either, like... I think it's funny to say this. I believe it's kind of true. The context in which a game was being played originally and the way it's played today is different. Because the internet just gets you out of a stuck situation. It gives you hints and stuff. People like things for various reasons. Like, they grew up with it, they liked it for nostalgia, but also liked it because it did something different, but... You know. Da-da-da. It's almost like if you use a modern day lens, games have less flaws because it's harder to get stuck if you are stuck. If I'm stuck for long enough in a game these days, like, you'd have to be hard stuck, but if I'm stuck for long enough, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna figure this out with a search. We're gonna need to do that though. But I'm just rambling. Well, the game is disrespectful, huh? Interesting. You know what I found funny about Dark Souls? Like, I genuinely didn't know where an item I needed was, so I wanted to Google that. And everywhere I went was like a guide on how to build your character or beat a boss. With that information somehow squaz in there. I'm like, I don't want the extra information, I just want to know this one thing. But everybody has an opinion about how you should be playing that game. And everybody wants to, like, give you a freaking step-by-step guide. And then I noticed some of my feed on YouTube was like, the best way to play Dark Souls, millions of views. I'm like, people playing this game and kind of like teasing it, sorta. I mean, it's almost like gamer social credit, where like if you beat Dark Souls, you're considered a good gamer. But like if you did it with a guide, it's not quite the same. Like, outside of getting lost once or twice, like Wind Waker, didn't care for the art style. I kind of like Wind Waker's art style, if I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I enjoyed the boat aspect as much. I haven't played much into it though, so I can't make a proper... make a jump inside and not water to fix it. The Twilight Princess felt boring for me. Some of the concepts were cool, but you can almost fall like anywhere unless you were trying to. I feel engaged with the combat systems that put in effort. The boss, second arena, I'd beat it by just standing in the doorway and shooting arrows. Ooh. Really didn't have to move. Yeah, that's not great. But you found cheese, I suppose. If it wasn't satisfying to do it, though, like, there's an argument to be made. But I think the best part, one of my issues is just having bugs with the Wii version. One of these days I want to try the GameCube version. Because a lot of people's opinions, it's really good. GameCube version is a real version? I see. Dark Souls is a weird one. Makes the same kind of design a lot of people say is bad, but praised in Dark Souls. I think weird gamer social credit feels into it. Convinced there's some kind of weird Stockholm Syndrome effect. I'm not against you either with that. Like, I like Dark Souls, but I'm going to be 100%. I don't agree with a good amount of design choices. But I like it because it has depth in its combat and replayability and, like, ideas that you can just learn the bosses and be satisfied and find ways around the enemies and stuff. With more knowledge, Dark Souls is more fun to me. But the barrier of entry is sometimes high, and it's expected to be high, but, like, I don't like boss run backs. I think boss run backs are annoying as shit. And I think the amount of, like, ganks in Dark Souls truly gets out of hand in Dark Souls 3, where, like, I kept trying to take on the enemies, but more and more would swarm into certain areas in the game. And there's other areas that didn't do this much, but some areas that did this a lot, and I'm just like, I'm getting punished for trying to kill every enemy. Eventually I just kept running, taking a guess where the next bonfire will be, and eventually I got through the game faster that way. Like, oof, that aggravated me. I still think Dark Souls 3 combat is awesome and stuff, but there's some things in its design that are a bit trolly, like ganky and stuff, and I don't appreciate that so much, and I don't like long boss run backs. Like, you can go throw that idea away. I don't know if I even like the soul system's punish either. Like, sometimes I just throw away my souls. I die in a bad spot, and it's sweaty as hell to get my souls back. You can bet that you just have them. You know, sometimes you learn it's not worth the headache. So yeah, my thoughts is, like, I don't like all of the game choices, but I still like the game as a whole. But it feels like getting good at it and learning its areas is how you start to enjoy it, outside of, like, just getting punished on the first playthrough a lot. Outside knowledge, yeah, it feels like that. It's a game people like to watch people stream because there's a lot of moments where you get a bit gotcha'd. Sure, skill plays a part, but honestly, I'd be honest, like, I noticed, like, oh, I turned the corner in a room and there was enemies behind the doorway that jumped at me. I went into a building in one of its DLCs and there was enemies everywhere on me immediately. I'm like, still haven't reined this back. Like, I think DS1 had few moments, but, like, I think DS3 had more gank moments because they were, like, pushing hardware at that point. They were like, oh, we're on the PS4 now, let's add more mobs. They literally even had a boss that was just a ton of mobs. You could almost feel like the game designer intent to push hardware and check things out, link through with some of the ideas, and it kind of went a bit overboard. Now, that to be said, that's my take, but I think you can get that I can be critical of DS even if I like it. I think its first playthroughs are, like, good, but also have bad parts. And you would need that. Like, I'm not gonna enjoy everything. I'm also a person that's pretty, like, expressive when I get salty. Like, I don't hide when a game is doing something evil. I kind of like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? Like, not that I say I was right, but, you know. There's, like, an elevator in Dark Souls 1 that if you go on it too long, you just get shoved into spikes. Like, haha. And this fortress is evil. After learning it, I kind of appreciate it, which is a disgusting thing, but I don't think it needed that many enemies sniping you. Kind of annoying more than it needed it. Learn to get better at the stamina systems. Really, you want me to send me forced to that's a swinging weapon more than once or twice, and running away, wait, constant attacks. So wait, Monster Hunter. Fair enough. I do kind of like the stamina system, but I can get where it draws back. the fun. I think ultimately, if you have good knowledge of the game, it actually starts to feel more fun than less, which is... I don't know. From a blind playthrough perspective, like, get rough at times. Now, I've only really played DS1 and 3, and played a bit of Elden Ring, so I can't give a full perspective on everything. But what I played of Elden Ring was just, the bosses would have, like, very intentionally delayed attacks where it looks like they're sort of swinging. So you press the roll, and then you're like, oh, no, they were delaying it. It's like a lot of bosses keep doing that thing where it's like, oh, go to swing sword and stop, and then get you. And I'm like, oh, you trolly bastards. It's littered with it. It's like, learn our timings. Which I guess is part of like design in games, like learn the bosses, but a lot of freaking timing rolling happening in what I played of Elden Ring so far. Ugh. Dining room. Not that I think that's entirely a bad thing. If you make the boss run back easier, then I would be like, I can get right back in and learn. When you make it longer, I feel like almost putting on the controller and playing something else, or just not playing it. I know a lot of people like it, and it's definitely what you like, but for me, I don't like the game-specific speed of mandate the game systems. I want to play slow and careful, fast and loose. Let me deal with the consequences of slapping. No, you have to play this way. Gotcha. But I just wanted to give my perspective of like how I felt playing the games. Like, I'm critical of any game I play, even if like I love it or like it, you know? You know what game I have a hard time being very critical of is Aria Sorrow. The only thing I can say is souls take too long to grind, and that was actually a glitch. I don't... Here, the thing is, I actually like when people have different opinions. We all have the same opinion, would just be identical, and that would suck. I know, like, people like to have people agree with them, but I'm more on the side of, like, dude, if you have a take, I'm kind of... I'm totally cool with it. I want to hear your perspective, and you be you. Yeah. I think more people should be kind of like that as well, in general. Arguably too easy? You're right. But it has a hard mode, I guess. It'd be cool if it was selectable right away. I like to select hard mode right off the bat in many games, if not almost every game, with very few exceptions. It does make things more interesting, and you might be... It might actually inform your own opinion. It's like, actually, you know what, I get it, like, maybe that's why I liked or disliked the game, or like, I guess it's not my style of game. Like, it starts to click more, but at the same point doesn't mean like they hate your opinion, unless they outright say you have the wrong opinion and all this. And like, welcome to Twitter. People on there are genuinely unhinged. But real life should be just more like, all right, I get you. And you can tease each other, you can meme at each other for it, but it's just fun because it's a video game and you can have different thoughts and tastes. That's fucking cool. Like, the more alike you force somebody to be, the less individual that you want them to be. And that kind of ruins the point. Unless somebody has genuine malice and they're an actual douchebag, then let them be, like... Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Press in right room coming back from underground. Just take the damage. Eat pop boop. We're not adding the key chests to the pool for Archipelago. Unless we really wanted to do that. Oh, we could do that. It would lead to more BK situation. The randomizer has the keys in the default locations. So progress when you enter an area is still doable. And you can use some of those keys as universal keys for other areas if you know the tech to cheese them. Only in a couple of dungeons, but like, if I add key logic, I'd have to program more for the potential to BK more. It might be a setting thing you could do in future, like, but I don't think that should be done right now. And honestly, I think for the health of this, it's probably better off not having it. Do you want to help with some, Slade? Wait. Is that correct? Tell you what to do? I could. I mean, 2 is better than 1, but it'd take some time for you to go through the stuff. Here, I'll send you some things and a quick guide, and if you can figure it out, go for it. Like, you don't have to do anything good. But if you do, you could say you worked on the Archipelago. You have bragging rights. Which, anyway, you're probably going to have because you're going to test it. But, like, you worked on the coding for it, right? That's funny. Alright. So you see the way I have on my document above my head? Every time I open a chest, it reacts. And in-game, you see up in the top left, above the sword, every time it reacts, I type down that code. It's checking a bunch of addresses for an increase of a certain amount. So this address got increased by 2 when that chest got opened. Now that increase can be pretty high or pretty low depending on the bit value that's assigned. But yeah. You just keep writing down every chest into the document. I've done the first 100 and let's say 30 by this point. But I could give you from 200 onwards, or even how about 250 onwards? Ooh, oh no, some of them are shop-based. Yeah, I shouldn't give you the shop-based ones. That's a bit evil. Some of these are Magiskar. Ooh. No, it's actually different than that. The items are randomized. These are just checking if the chest has been opened. That's what the values are. So they're just ways of saying this has been checked. This area, this location, this thing. The number itself is a bit representation. So it could be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. You get the idea. And it jams a load of these numbers into the same value sometimes, where like 1DD3C9 would have a value of 2 and 512, and 512 is one item, and 2 is another item. We were talking about chests, yeah. But Yeah, it just simply says the chest was checked. That's what we're gathering. All right, I'll give you from 190 to 230. 190 to 230 sounds good. And I'll send you on that document. And I'll send you on the Lua script that I'm using. Oh, where is the... How long has that been gone, guys? Nobody told me the thing above my head was gone. Oh, shit. Oh, did it go away because I minimized it? Is that a thing? Oh, I minimized it by... Yeah, that was why it went away. Okay, yeah, I was wondering where it went. Lol. Alright. I'm sending you on some files now, and... No pressure. Since you offered, this is going to be a tedious task. Okay, so I'll give you this, and then the checker. Okay. Cap block. Do-do-do. Okay. I'm gonna read through. Test a bunch of games. Audio checked. Okay, yeah, alright. It's one looking at billboards from Arkham. Yeah, that's... He is real. Shoal AAA tester. Like, genuinely. Blaze tested a bunch of stuff. Most people would consider it very tedious. I'm glad you're on board. Without the script to give me back values and I'd have to manually search them out, would have been way more awful. The Lewis script is doing a lot of work. I do imagine there's people out there that didn't bother doing a Lewis script to check. Or they're like archipelagos and like manually searched out RAM differences. That takes so much longer. And I thought that was initially what I had to do, but here we are. Okay. Lyman. Let me know if you get stuck, Slade. If you get what I've just sent you. And cool. Drinking so much liquids. I'm gonna pee out my butthole. Another more liquid, yay! Put that up right there. It's gonna be the hottest day of the summer in Ireland tomorrow. Which is just regular Californian weather, I've heard. 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 Coal mine's gonna be great for Archipelago. 4 chests in one area? Crazy. I do forget there's like so many chests in this game. That has technically a lot of checks. A lot of them when you're playing the game normally are like obviously herbs and shit. Herbs, money, falcon, vessels and stuff. Yeah, the rest. The mouse and I can't make it stop. Ooh. I'll probably Google that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I think it might have done that to me before. Forgot about it. Probably what we're going to do anyway was Google it. Telling you what you already know. Breasticles. Damn it. My swap stopped working when it lands on scrolls and stuff because it overflows. Collected too many, which is something I'm planning to stop from happening in an actual Archipelago. Like if you hit the max upgrade, reject getting any more. I'd say 150 is a good point to call it. The stream, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep doing this probably off stream as well though, but getting late where I'm at. Do I have spare keys? I guess I do, but I'm not gonna be able to open this anyway. A sword downgrade would be nice right now. Yeah, it's only a key in that area, right? So... 2 seconds there. The best sword upgrade in this game cannot do a charge attack. Just raw, brutal damage. Which is kind of odd. Wait, didn't double hit? Rude. One's double hit in this game and they actually do good damage too. They're kind of busted. That's something I'd probably like. Just be real. By messing with game data. Wouldn't nerf him too much, but you get the idea, like. A single hit, it would be kind of interesting. Elevated chest, lower chest, and room of many. This is the lower chest? Yeah, gotta be. I gotta beat Jimmy's Mega Man W record. Some point, someday. Eee. And then he'll just beat it back. Yep. Browsing screen's a lot. This is just for key, so I'm gonna ignore this one. I didn't specify that necessarily, but like, even the list ignores the key chests. Wait. Did you figure it out? The BizHawk issue? Dang it, can't quick swap. Damn it. You stop burning me? Is this burning, man? Good one, Sky. Come on. Ugh. Can't believe it. EJ drought. Faded chest in last sector. Like, does it talk about this as the last sector? I swear. Some of these... I know, Pony, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna rewrite some of these location stuff, I swear. His list for, like... named for some of these chests. Confusing. It's not the last room. This could be considered the last chest room. Not really, though. A wooden structure. Nine six. Chest after the merge as well. Speed. Could have walked there instead of ran. Saved the tiniest bit of time. I could just use wind magic on the Murg. You know what? Sounds like a good idea. King bananas! Beyblade of the Apes, you know. I need to just redeem that just plays Beyblade music anytime it's on screen. Fucking waffle copter of a boss. GG's. Your face. It certainly is, yep. You know, he can kill runs. He doesn't kill my speed runs because I'm good. One DD. He might kill Chris's runs if I'm being evil. What numbers I got? Do you get what they mean, Slade? What do the numbers they mean? He initially started to learn the speedrun by going for the hardest tricks first. Not a good idea. especially with this game. You should learn your fundamentals. And because he did it that way, he's learning his fundamentals more now. But he's already like, I put in my work. I'm going to do some of the hard tricks and do the fundamentals and mix mash and go here nor there. Like, this is spaghetti. He's got double jumps. That's good. And he does bomb skips, so that's good too. But the rest of his run's a bit spaghetti. He focused so hard on stuff like that. $270-ish. I meant like start with 190. Wherever that location is, go collect that and see what number pops up on your screen with the Lua script active. Whatever that number is, plug it into the document. Oh. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm currently on 139, so I'm not going to catch up to 190 anytime soon. Ooh. It's Slade's favorite area for some reason. Did I make a mistake here? Or... No, I didn't. I have to go here first. Second teleport. Imagine. Not being smart. It went from like the dirtiest area in the game to Slade's favorite. Yep. I meme, but like the meme is funny. I kind of like this area now. This is the music you trip balls to. Like, I'm being honest. Trip spiky balls to this one. They listen to that. Damn it. Can't jump to save my life. One BD, 3AB again. This time 32. I think you can get a gist of how I'm doing this from the way I'm doing it on screen. Like, each chest I'm opening, I'm punching in the value that shows up in the top left. To dock. The value can also be found in the Lua console every time you get a new one. Sometimes values do pop up even without opening a chest, so you can ignore those ones, but it's the one just after opening a chest, like fully. That's what you should be going for. Alright, should I do the Slade jump? Slade. Like an S-shaped jump. A lot of people do this dungeon in casual playthroughs, I find. Even though it's like a completely optional dungeon. But the game, Fortune Teller actually hints at this area, but the Fortune Teller can actually get stuck on a hint for this area, which is goofy. Like that has to be intended. Like nobody finds it, but it feels intended. The game has like multiple solutions for a lot of puzzles. It makes watching people's playthroughs very interesting. Will I make it? AB? Okay. 3AB 60. I meant I did a lowercase b. Such a fool. How could I live this down? Probably could jump from one chest to another there. 3AB again, but 8. Oh no. Fine, I'll just get the bubble. Bubble. Like a bubble. Middle chest? I think I just did middle chest and it was an 8. DD, 3AB again, and an 8. Get the top one. Small key. Berry Pond reward chest, and we're out of here. How do you dodge these spikes, by the way? A mystery to me. One HP, that room is just... forget about it. I imagine if you're just stupidly careful, but damn. Oh no, man. I'm glad my 1 HP run didn't have that. Honestly. LJS, we'll soon destroy this place. Watch out! Take my weed, Alundra. 3A ace? Kinda looks like a B when it's 8. 3A 8? The other chests weren't an 8 by any chance, were they? No, because then we'd have an overlap right now. I can check the data. Yeah, there were definitely Bs. I was just walking on this part of water, if you notice when you walk out of the room. Like, walking here. Let me try this. Okay, I guess I can actually do that room without taking damage. Overcomplicating it. In my defense, I've never really... to take it that slow. Oh, sleigh jump. Oh no. Yeah, I gotta do this first. Can you just double here? Blade, do you want to be the fastest fairy pond player of all time? It's a goated gold. Can you make that jump around the corner? Anyhow. Fairy pond speedruns. Very funny idea. Put this back. Dude, now I'm frickin' still melting, guys. Aren't I already? You might be. stream soon, but like, I'm good with jumping on a Discord. Something, I don't know. I'll be still doing this. I'll just be taking a lunch break and a soccer break, and then doing it for a bit longer before I go to bed. It's just when it gets later over here and the other people in the house go to bed, I try to be respectful, but like, I don't think I'm too loud or anything. I don't know. Shrine it is? Yes, I know. I shouldn't be eating this late into the evening. Fuck yourself, Alfredo. Mama VC hopping. That's good. I sleep good. Your sleep schedule's always at being real. Probably not even your fault. God damn it. Stop arguing with chat, Scotty. But it's so fun. You can cheat all of these with long boots. Anybody that's played this game casually and doesn't know all of this. I mean, you get long boots at the end of the dungeon, but here we just go crazy. You know what, screw it. I'll get this one first. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 3, 8, 5, 16. Cage. Are these some kind of like serpent statues? Darn you pixelated pixels, I can't tell. But also, keep being pixelated. Chest and room with sand cape holds in jars? What? But I'm thinking, who did that, by the way? Who taught to roar in my ears? Alfredo. The point in that. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. How focused I was. Like I'm doing a run right now, bro. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a trick here. Beat up this area. We'll see how well it works. Or like I grab the barrel like this, turn it around, jump it like that. Nice. It's slower to pick it up without jumping it into the air with you. It's tricky to set it up afterwards. I found this more involved than a rando run. And it is. It feels more involved because it's fucking warm in this room. Hot box, you know? I'm guessing this is what I mean by the room with holes and jars. The jars are there, the holes are there, I guess. Holes and jars, that's the name of my mixtape. Bum, 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 bum. One DD, 3DD, doubles, multiple Ds in the address. Crazy. It's funny. I've properly lost it. If I'm like, look, the address is repeating letters. All the DDs nuts. Yep. That was super exciting moment right there. Yep. Can't wait for the 6-7 address. Unison to grunt. Let's see if I can pull off like the tiniest bit faster strat here. Repeat. I need to do it. Faster by 0.1 of a second if done right. To go up the middle instead of the side. Looks cooler though, so I'm gonna try it in runs. But you have to be like pretty sweet with it. Bro, I swear the other day I finally learned how to properly text edit without tools, and I'm talking myself into... Talk to myself just all the time. I had to learn to text edit back in the past, but I didn't do much with it, I'll be honest. I found out how to make invisible piles if I wanted to make trollish levels, but I didn't ever abuse that knowledge. But I also went like... Just get the... What was it, text editing? I also made multiple bosses in one level before it was allowed in-game. It was in my Metroidvania level, which I had to re-upload when it broke, and then it kind of broke again because they freaking mess with how lasers bounce off walls. That's a story. I spent so long in one room in that Metroidvania because I wanted to work with magnet and laser equally well. But unless you had one of those weapons, you couldn't get past it. But I didn't want it to be obvious. Like, put a weapon block there. I spent almost an entire day on that one room, only for it to break in an update. Then patch it, and then it's still broken in the next update. I swear, so many of my levels are actually broken. That I should really just... Okay, I've left a couple of them stay up online broken at this point that I know were broken, and I thought might get fixed in an update, but they didn't. But, yeah. I think at this point, I just need to do a whole re-upload of a lot of levels. Oh shit, Edwin's giving me a lecture. That means I did it wrong. In-game editor hates it. Do what I did. Make enemies big. One thing that people used to do back in the day is make magnets big. It's not a tech I see used often. No. You can like stretch out a magnet to the degree that like it affects the whole screen. That should still be in the game, right? As a gimmick. But now we have like multiple different mechanics that, you know, like we have spring magnetic coils that basically do that. They don't have to be localized. But I remember talking about it in the forums back in the day when the game wasn't out as long. And it was pretty funny what people were doing with that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to make invisible tiles. That was something I was thinking about, like messing around with for a second. Like, actually, no. It's the same way I go, like, I don't like putting things in levels I genuinely don't like interacting with so much. It would be pretty weird for me to suddenly put, like, those cloud dudes I don't like in the level, where they just kill your inputs and slow you down. They really don't do much outside of that. Reminds me of the imps from Castlevania that I don't like as well. To do a double jump for a check? Nice one, Slade. I think it's like, you know, you start off simple and you end up where you want to be, right? You make a simple tool that understands what a tile looks like. How the text editor goes, isn't it? Like, it starts with O or something, and then ends with A, saying this is the end of the object. And then it does a bunch of different things for, like, position. And then type of object is in there. Beyond just, like, the object starter. No, I didn't, because I did the 2 right-hand checks. Because it told me to do it in that order. I've been following the lists very strictly, Slade. Even though the list, I think, is a bit stupid. The way, like, routing-wise, it's terrible, but, like, I'm following it, you know? Alright, let's go. So you're seeing and typing all the time here today? Dude, it's not, like, as complex as you probably think it is. I'm being 100%. No, it's definitely not. Oh, it's... Dude, I'm dumb. Got him. The fact that I have boots in these rooms throws off my rhythm. That is so much, like... The walk speed throws off my timing here. Too warm, yeah. Think of cheat codes and how they work. Everybody's sweaty. You should be saying sweating like it is that. Oh, bro. Tornado! At least we get good use of tornado for once. GG's. It's totally camp boss. Evil as shit. I mean, when we have everything in the game, it's super hard to win. That was pure skill. Wait, why did I use that? I have full jump. So sand gives you half jump unless you have boots, and we can just abuse boots as we have it. Whee. But yeah, Coolcat, you probably saw a ton of cheese. The long boots in this dungeon realizes so many rooms because they expect you to have a nerfed jump. And you can just jump over everything if you have them in a rando. I do randos of this. I wait until I have long boots before I go desert for Angel Shrine. Why wouldn't I? Down, down. Cheating is good. In video game. Good. How Dutch people say good. Good. They're saying hood, but like a lot of in there. Good. 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 There you go. Did I run out of mag? No, don't worry about running out of mag. I have infinite magic. Mag wand. Who cares if I need magic crystals when I have infinite mag? Normally I'd say feel the power of my magic. That redeem. We're not using meatballs today. Don't drink the punch. Instead, drink the keek. I don't know. What was an energy drink before that used to be sold at Tesco's named Kick? And then they renamed it to KX. And me and my friends were obsessed with it because it was like dirt cheap. Can't remember what it was back in the day, but it was like bargain, 80 cents for a 2-liter or something like that. I don't know, it was really low. It's like, yeah, we're getting so like sugar rushed on this. Emerald Crest and Reptile there. Oh no way! Like I'm truly trying to do a rando right now. But my friend broke into a castle before. Not saying who. And they got brought in by the Gardaí, which is the police force in Ireland. And when they asked him about it, he just said he was going for a wander. It sounded so innocent. And then they kept asking him, like, okay, so why did you do that? What was the story? And he kept going, it all started with a can of Kick, which is the energy drink. He started to tell the story of how he got to know all of his friends in the area, in our town, and stuff, and it just went on forever. They gave up interrogating him. He got off, like, really lightly, like nothing. I think he just got nothing. And then the other friend who was with him couldn't stop implicating himself. And he got community service or something. He got in trouble. I just find that very funny. It all started with a can of Kick and just storying them to death until like it gets leveled up. Like going for a wander, that is such a good way to put it. Like it broke into a place like, I'm going for a wander. He wasn't there to steal anything though, genuinely. He was just he used to break into abandoned buildings and stuff, and I'd be there sometimes. I mean, I didn't do it myself, I was just wandering. I'm not a hooligan. Double jump. All you have to do is believe it's a right double jump, Slade. Trick your brain. Until it's fully convinced. So guys, it all started with a can of Kick. Just, you know, try it down one instead. Yep, very easy. Chest behind bricks near entrance. Okay, I'm on Coastal Cave now. Rusty, that's what you get for playing like 50 billion randos. All your fault. Why are you doing double jumps anyway? Like, what on your list needs double jumping? Like, what are you doing, Slade? Are you okay? We need to have an intervention. I have to come over to your house and tell your mom that you've been up to no good again. You're stuck on hot dogs, jumping on them. You did waterway? Okay. What in there? Uh-huh. Oh, I see you're climbing. You know what? I kind of get it. I get it. But at this point, you could have went the long way around. Probably. Because you have all the equipment, right? Ew, what is with the frame delays there? Bruh. I should probably not do Coastal Brew right now, I don't know. Is this the point where we call it for now? Oh! My flail is broken. I overflowed my flail. Now it's a sword. Well, if that's not a sign, I'll join you in the Discord and like, I need to eat and stuff, I think. But I think I'm gonna call it on the stream side of things here. Thanks for joining me for this, guys. Whoever decided to stop by, really appreciate it. Like, a bit different. It's slower paced stream, more me just doing the things I would do off stream, shenanigans wise. Doing crowd control and stuff like that was a lot like finding addresses like this, but less so about finding chest addresses. But the more things I find in this game, the more I can manipulate, for example. I like the idea of creating a multi-world from Alundra to Alundra as well, and making that better. And so when you open a chest in one game, it's opened in the next game. I kind of like that linking, so like you can literally co-op with a friend. And we already got inventory sharing working, where like somebody uses something, the other person loses it too. And that link on top of that, because why not? I don't know, you don't need to do that link, but it's an idea. Shared inventory, shared chest opens, and shared rando tracker. Put that all together, and like you have a really cool co-op run then. And so nobody can open the same chest twice, which would lead to scenarios where like you know where your friend has searched, which I kind of like, you know. Alright, guys. Peace out here. You can go find somebody to raid on Twitch. I have no idea how many nerds are here at the moment, but let's go look at Twitch for a sec and see what's up. I'm gonna raid Jimmy Changa. He's playing Pragmata. He's a fellow Mega Man bro and everything. He's awesome. And a lot of fun to be around. Just a chill dude too. He's been recently working on some band stuff and doing gigs and things, which I think is awesome. And he's trying to record albums and stuff. Really cool dude. Have fun over Jimmy Changas. I'll see y'all next time. Appreciate it. Peace out, everybody. Ooh. Nice.
Yo, what's up there, Sky Pilot Samurai guy?
Hello, broski. How's it going, Slade? All right.
Couldn't do the fucking left jump, so I left the Naru chest alone. I was like, fuck it.
You had one job. No, memes aside.
Hey, so those checks were not part of what you sent me.
Oh,
That was just extra I was trying to get.
you were
Also
you were trying to do
get
extra homework.
Yeah, and I was trying to get some practice of the double jump variety, and yeah, no, I landed one, so you know.
I mean, that's good. You know, Chris is going to be like memeing on you if you do like a rando race and he's starting to get them.
Bro, he can be all you fucking wants. Look at what I'm doing for the fucking community. Fuck off. Fuck that shit.
You know, like, we just did more double jump homework, you know, and all that. I think I need to probably take off the hat and stuff. That was I mean, not too bad, but like, yeah, I'm melting. Oh man. Now I can just relax.
Is it all 1D? Is it always gonna be 1DD something?
Yep. In fact, I made the script specifically check 1DD addresses.
Cool.
Because they were all the item-based ones.
Yep.
But yeah, it's always 1DD. When I found that out, I just went like, okay, I'm just gonna look at this block and report back to me if there's any changes here. I have to ignore some of them because they were changing all over the place, and it turned out they weren't item related. But yeah, it's it was a smart way of doing it. If you notice a block of where items are usually located in RAM addresses, you could do a similar thing with different games. But the weird thing about Alundra is they put a lot of items in the same address, as I was saying before.
Yeah, and then they just they annex it with
They like check for bit variety, like to the binary level afterwards.
Yep. That's why there's a value from 1 to 128, right?
1 to no, it goes all the way up to 32 bits of value. You can go over a million for like one item. It's kind of weird.
Okay, so which chest is this?
But usually it's pretty low.
Corner chest after climbing stairs from zombie pit. That's gonna break the fucking game again.
No. I just have to update my room lighting slightly. Not that bad. Okay. I'm just gonna be snacking on these for a sec. I have these wraps that I've made earlier.
It's all cool with me, man. Okay, now top left corner of second pit. Going here. Oh.
I don't know if you've run into this problem yourself, but you could overflow the items currently.
Yep. It just happened to me on the sword and the flail.
Frick. An overflowing flail is just like a 1 damage sword, which is...
Same thing with sword.
Yeah. I'm just gonna soft reset my game.